Hi, my name is Alan Pressel. I'm a spiritual aspirant, and I want to talk about how the planet is being poisoned and what we can do about it to clean some of the stuff up. First of all, you're listening to anyone, I've said this before in other videos, you're listening to anyone in a lecture, reading a book, watching TV, getting that precious news off the internet. Uh, you should keep your hands apart, not like this in your lap, or on keep it apart, because when you got it together, you're just processing all the information with your personality. When you got your hands apart, you were actually processing with your inner self, your higher self. And the other thing is, if you get a sensation in your solar plexus, you can have three reasons for that. And it could be one, it could be you're not ready for it. Two, it is not for you. Three, it may not be true. If you have a feeling in your heart or higher, then it's for you and it's your time to hear this, and it's true. Also, this could change up and down in the course of an hour. This can also change. If you get that sensation with you're listening to something or reading something, it might be just that aspect. Some people say they're not sensitive to that, but I think if something is really negative or really positive or really for you, I believe that you will feel this. It includes everything I say too. And if I remember the teacher that gave you this information, some of the stuff is decades old. I do not remember who I got it from. I'll give their name. If I don't know, I'll say so. And if I am taking an educated guess at something, I'll state that also. The first thing is nuclear. I held off talking about this because we're up to 30 wars now. Two of them are drug wars, Mexico and Colombia, and there's fears of atomic warfare. And so I thought, well, this is important, and maybe I shouldn't delay anymore. Uh, since 1944 and I think around 1975, open-air atmospheric nuclear tests amounted to about 275 tons of atmospheric poison, radioactive poison in the air. And then they went underground, started exploding underground, which really doesn't reduce, almost zero. Um, Nuclear radiation can go through a kilometer lead, like a bee flies through a forest with large trees in it. Um, I think it was 1954, 1955, Russia, the Soviet Union exploded the Tsar bomb, and 97% of the negative effects of that blast was held back from humanity. Our senior spiritual guides and teachers, the spiritual hierarchy, the senior ones, and the senior space brothers, it's their job to take this radiation out of the atmosphere, and they volunteer for it. But we still get to 3%. And so since 1944, that 3% has accumulated in our bodies, our soil, our water table, our food. And it's showing now, it's already started to show as dementia in adults. It's showing people going to work and they don't know where they live anymore. And this is not vascular dementia. It is not dementia caused by accident or injury. It's not dementia caused by uh, lifestyle or infection. This is dementia caused by radiation poisoning, accumulation. Um, the globe has to get together and realize that this can't continue. If we have a nuclear, if we have a nuclear war or confrontation, and all the whole 100% is released onto humanity, it will destroy the magnetosphere. So any survivors from the original blast will die because the magnetosphere, which was man-made for our protection, will be destroyed. And I don't think they'll be giving us a second one. So what can we do about this? Well, um, the radioactive waste actually has a really strong attraction to tobacco, and this is my idea only. It Tobacco should be grown. Governments must unite with farmers, and people should be growing tobacco plant, and we should pay the farmers to grow a portion of their fields in tobacco, and then just keep moving it. But we shouldn't have these people. You still can't touch this with bare hands. Whatever you touch it with, gloves, whatever, that's got to be destroyed also. Now, this tobacco with all this poison, this uh, our food and this tobacco, there is something given to us by someone called Red Cloud, which I believe was an American Indian or Canadian. No, I believe it was American. He gave a formula decades ago, and it was 1 kilo of table salt, 1 kilo of baking soda, exactly, and in 4 liters of water, or the ratio of this. For example, in a restaurant or a coffee shop or at home, we will immerse your food in it. Obviously, something like a watermelon will have to be immersed a little longer, a little larger. But something like, for example, spinach. Uh, okay, we'll use a head of lettuce. Split the head open, the leaves, soak it in the water 5, 6 minutes, take it out, rinse it off. It'll be good to eat. I'll use the word used was it's oxidized the harmful nuclear components of radioactivity. Um, this stuff will turn brown and ugly, but it still works. Uh, it's good for 90 days, and you can discard it because it's neutralized everything. It is not something removing the radioactivity out of food. It is something that's actually oxidizing it. I don't want to get into occult science or chemistry. It's pointless. Um, if we can get the whole planet to cooperate on this or a portion of this, or if people feel that they should grow some of this tobacco and then just keep moving it over around your soil, this isn't going to end. You can't make a lap around a soccer field and be clear of this. It's going to have to be continuous. We have got so much in the water, in the ground. Um, and the other thing is, yeah, smokers, tobacco. If this tobacco isn't purified, whatever word you want to use it, radioactivity is neutralized. I guess they'll be the first with dementia. Um, the next one is we have the planet is 18.5 million years old, and we have got a lot of dead humans, carcasses, and animal carcasses. And this is accumulating, and sometimes it takes centuries to fully neutralize. So it's accumulating faster than it's being neutralized, and we have a population. I think we're somewhere between 1.25 and 1.5 million people a day being born now. And if the majority of them, or even a minimal of them, is going into the ground, this is a crime against humanity. I know there's a lot of houses of faith and religions and even political things that no, this is unacceptable to be cremation. We're supposed to be buried. That's not true at all. The proper method of disposal is fire. And I don't mean some smoldering fire. I mean a true fire where all the components return back to the original reservoir. Um, yeah, I've seen lots of cases where I've seen graveyards with farmland 1 minute walk away from it, down the hill from it, which this is accumulating in the fruit, and the fruit is being passed on. And this is actually some of the explanation for accumulated toxins, not just from dead carcasses, but from our food and chemicals and pesticides is showing up in humans as allergies, which isn't really true. What it is built up in the weakest point in that body is, you know, infection or swollen, irritation, minor irritation, and people think they have something. In actual fact, it's just a very microscopic amount of several toxins building up in the body, and everyone's ability to withstand this is different. So, how is this ameliorated, and how is this neutralized? Your water, your water now needs to go through, be purified, and I wouldn't exactly rely on governments for the purification. Hopefully, they in the future will assist in this. All the governments of the globe need to get together and come with this conclusion. And negative components, everything, every single chemical and element and atom is not really solid. It's got a spin on it. There's no point giving you a picture. Doesn't make any difference. It's a spinning vortex, and the stuff that's good for you spins one way. The stuff is the poison, regardless of what it is and how much it is and how strong it is, spins the other way. And activated charcoal is attracted to this activated charcoal. I know there's people, well-meaning people, make charcoal by I guess you flame wood, and then when it starts totally flaming, you let it go out in a non-oxygen atmosphere or something like that, and then they dump it in the lake, think it's going to absorb toxins. It does nothing of the sort. It doesn't absorb any toxins. It has to be activated, and activated charcoal has been heated, I believe, 425 to 500 Fahrenheit, about 4 to 5 hours. That's activated charcoal. So what do we do with this activated charcoal? It's absorbed all this wrong spinning material, all this negativity. You can't just throw it in the garbage. You can't throw it on the ground. It is not fertilizer either. It has to be dried out completely and then incinerated at high temperature. That's the only way to get rid of it, and then everything returns back to the original reservoir of things. The other thing is, oh yeah, well, we have to get the planet to agree, all the houses of faith, all the religions, all the political parties. We're going to have to agree to incineration at death instead of burial. The next thing I want to talk about that nobody talks about, and that's the chemicals that are the chemicals is overwhelming the globe, and testing by all the different nations. They have all these chemical companies. They were testing up to 1,200 different chemicals a year, and then they just dump them. And this is affecting all wildlife, all marine life, and everything that's alive can only withstand so much. We're going to end up causing mutations in us humans and mutations in the plant and animal life. And again, things have to be destroyed at high temperature. Our chemical company should not be allowed to produce anything until it's completely confined and tested for 10 years and see what its decay rate is and what it decays into. And again, if you believe it may be in your water, hopefully people in these everyone will be using the activated charcoal thing, including companies that handle large amounts of food and drinks and juices and whatnot. And hopefully they'll compete against each other, announcing how much that they do try to restore water by eliminating as many toxins as they can. And again, it's the spin on it is one way, and the bad elements for us spin one way, good elements spin the other way. Activated charcoal will take it out. So back now to three of these. The people that did the nuclear mining have a additional responsibility towards the planet, and the people did the refining, I think they tumbled it for a year or something like that, and using nuclear for either power or weapons or testing, they they have an additional responsibility to the outside globe. And so if they want to recover what people think of them, maybe they should think about this and give to other countries that don't have, give them activated charcoal, help them with tobacco plants. And I do not know of any other way of right now of besides tobacco harvesting and neutralizing in the salt water baking soda uh, formula. It's been decades since I heard the formula for the baking soda and table salt, and I may not have the water ratio correct. I thought it was 4 liters, and if someone knows, it got Red Cloud. I looked up the book I had of Red Cloud, and it wasn't in the one that I had, so I don't know what they gave it away or lent it out or whatever. If anyone finds the formula, I'd appreciate it if it was not exactly the same as I stated. And that's it for today, and I got more coming. I guess the long one would be the one on medicine. That would be no way, a way of losing friends for sure. And thank you very much. And remember, decide, commit, act. Thank you.